Another thing is, I think I figured out something about how we heal in the phantom dimension. Ashlyn's scrape on her arm in the beginning only took a day or so to heal, while Logan's only took over a month. It took forever for my stomach to stop bleeding everywhere, while it only took a week for you. If it's our souls or whatever that's walking around that place, then maybe instead of physical recovery, it has something to do with our mental state. I took forever to recover because dying took a big mental toll on me, but you didn't care at all about dying, did you?
Nothing beats a Fazbear holiday. Right now, you can get 50 Faz tokens off per person. That's 200 Faz tokens for a family of 4. Fazbear Entertainment not responsible for lost luggage, food poisoning, animatronic malfunctions, or the disappearance, death, or dismemberment.
Alright, so this is probably going to be the darkest theory on this channel, at least for now, but basically what I'm getting at here is, the phantom dimension is a metaphor for depression. Now you may be wondering, theorist, how on God's green earth have you come up with that conclusion? Well, dear viewer, allow me to present you with Exhibit A.
I thought I could too. So why in bloody hell didn't you JJ on that bait?
Ever since this frame, I feel like a lot of people have been theorizing that Aiden's been depressed and he just smiles because, like, why not? This panel right here just solidifies it even more. Because we have Aiden saying, "You're getting ahead of yourself though. I like the rush, but I didn't actually want to die." And then some thing behind him, just like doing some weird stuff to his, like make it look like he's smiling or whatever. And then just saying liar. So it's obvious that Red is trying to like imply something here. And this is backed by evidence from all the way in like episode 56 or 57, I honestly forgot, where we see this portrait of Aiden when he was younger, except he didn't have the contacts in his eyes and his hair was, not dyed or bleached or honestly whatever the frick. The first thing that Ashlyn notices is that Aiden's not smiling. And now while you may be tempted to say, okay, why can't Aiden smile? I'm just gonna flash up the portrait again. It's not like your neutral, it's not like your neutral picture face, like when you don't exactly want to smile, but you don't want to look miserable either. It's literally just like that. I don't know how to describe it, but. And in the very same panel that Ashlyn notices the portrait, or at least looks at it, we have Aiden saying, "I don't like that picture." Yeah, things are not looking good. Things are not looking good for people who want to disapprove this theory, bro. And then as the second panel that doesn't show Aiden smiling in the entire series, we have this. Yeah, again, not exactly your neutral face. That picture definitely brought up some sort of like memories. I don't exactly know what yet. And I'm not gonna jump to the conclusion that Aiden's parents were abusive because, like, it's kind of a stretch. But my theory is that something was happening at school or his parents expected too much of him, which is way more different than abuse, by the way, to cause Aiden to act like that. Or at least, no, I think act like that's the right choice of words. Correct me in the comments. Now you may be wondering, what does all this evidence even mean? Well, it means one thing, at least I think, and it's that Aiden is depressed of some sorts. So, we have one character with a negative trait or negatively influenced. For a second traumatized teenager, we have Ashlyn Banner. Now you may be wondering, why is Ashlyn on this list? Well, it's actually because later on in the series, she expresses guilt. And this is not like the Phantom Dimension targeted her because of that. It's the Phantom Dimension, like in its entirety, is a metaphor. So this actually supports my theory a lot. Um, yeah. Alright. And now for the one that took me the least amount of effort, we have Tyler Hernandez. Just, bro, this video took me forever. Or at least it's taking me forever. So everyone just give a huge round of applause for Tyler being like the only one that I didn't have to think too hard about. Alright, so when his dad died of God knows what, I think cancer personally. But until we have something more concrete, then I'm not gonna say definitively that that was the cause of death. And after this, Tyler basically just sacrificed his entire social life just to take care of Taylor and his mom, which honestly, respect. um, so obviously it's that which basically kind of like drew him to the Phantom Dimension. I mean, again, I could be just like overthinking this, and the only reason that everyone else got dragged into the Phantom Dimension is because they were all by Ashlyn when it happened, but whatever. Alright, and now continuing on with Burrow's twin sister, we have Taylor Hernandez. Now, Taylor went through basically the same thing that Tyler went through, except for the fact that she did not sacrifice her entire social life. But anyways, the reason why I'm saying that Taylor was drawn because of some sort of negative trait of being negatively influenced. It's actually confirmed that they have separation anxiety, which if you don't know what that is, don't worry, because I didn't either until I looked it up. But basically what it is, it's kind of like, so whenever, like, twins get really close, they can sometimes develop it, which basically just causes them to just, like, not want to be apart for long periods of time, which obviously they were. Right, and honestly, congratulations to Ben for also being one of the only guys here that I had to do almost no research on. Um, yeah, his entire backstory is literally explained to us. We don't have to piece it together, so yeah, this is epic. Alright, so I'm just gonna run through it quickly just in case y'all forgot. But basically, Ben was one of like the bigger kids, so basically everyone was afraid of him. But he was actually pretty timid and he liked to sing, so he got picked on for it. Didn't start as bullying, however. A group of people wanted to teach him how to fight. He refused, and they started to and they started to quote unquote run his fade every day. Then one day he just decided, you know what? Screw it. We're committing a felony, and just strangled him until he was basically unable to talk for a bit. But luckily he can still talk now, but he just can't sing, which is kind of unfortunate. And basically, Ben just started spiraling into depression after that. Like, quite literally stated on the thing. So, yeah, Ben is just another cog in this little theory machine I'm building here. And Ben, basically, whenever Ben finally got back to school, he decided, you know what? Screw Shane and just beat him up. Alright. And now for the last person for this chapter. Thank God. We have Logan Fields. This guy bullied him, and his name is Baron. And basically what I'm going here with this is, since Baron manipulated him, I believe that he had trust issues for a bit. And that's why he was so shy whenever he had to like go up in front of the class and say his name, but I could just be overthinking it. But that's what I think for Logan. If you guys want to dispute anything about this segment, please do so in the comments. I really want to see you guys' opinion. Alright, so what does everyone here have in common? They all have something going on in their life, or went on in their life. And while all of them may not be depressed, a good number of them are. Ben was. Aiden probably still is. And I feel like Tyler is, or he's like I don't want to say almost depressed because that sounds like like I don't wanna I don't want to say like about to be depressed because that just sounds wrong. Like he's like teetering on the edge of being depressed, right? Tyler's like playing seesaw with depression right now.
No! You didn't choose you on a fucking beat!
So now, what does every single living human person on this list have in common? They have some sort of like thing that either A makes them hate themselves, as with Ashlyn as she blames herself for this whole thing, just downright depressed like Aiden, crap, now we have this again, Tyler, whatever the frick he is, Taylor again with whatever the frick she is, Logan with his possible trust issues. I'm just gonna sum everything up right here because this video is gonna be like an hour long if I don't. So basically, because everyone on the cast all of them have some sort of trauma. Some of them are downright depressed, while some of them just kind of hate themselves, while some of them just have something. So basically, where I'm going with this is because of that whole coincidence. And the fact that you recover faster if you really don't care if you died, just kind of makes the whole thing look like a whole metaphor for depression. Thank you for watching, and Matt Pat will see you on the way out.
We see everything with our eyes, and our eyes see light, and light is made up of colors, and colors form the rainbow, and the rainbow is gay. Therefore, everything is gay!